What's up guys, Rick here from Sharp Productions, and today we're going to be taking a look at this hidden staircase design. I did not come up with this design, however, I don't remember who came up with this design. I did follow a tutorial on how to do this, but if I do find their video, I will link that in the description. The only thing I added or modified was this compact T flip-flop that's in the green circuit at the beginning. But this is a really simple, compact, as you can see, hidden staircase. We hit the button here, and then it comes out and we can just walk down the steps. Now this staircase, it does have to be up along a wall, but I shouldn't see that as too much of a problem because for the most part most hidden staircases are up against a wall. And the reason why I say that is because if you don't have it up against a wall, you have it in the middle of a floor, you'll actually hit this block here, you won't be able to go down. Now you can actually replace this with a slab, but you have to crouch under to get under it. Which I mean isn't too much of a problem if you really need this in the middle of the floor. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial on how to build this. Something I realized I forgot to mention, the material list is going to go ahead and be on screen for you guys. So you're going to want to go ahead and start off with your wall, wherever wall this is going to be up against. You want to dig 3 blocks out from that wall. From this point you're going to want to go ahead and place in your staircase so we can walk up and down it, right? You're going to want to go ahead and put a sticky piston facing upwards under the first stair block. And then 1 block away from that stair block, we're going to go ahead and put a torch. And then another block here, put some redstone dust on top of that. A note block on top of there with some redstone dust on top of that. An observer watching that note block. Going into a sticky piston with another observer watching that piston. From this point, we're going to go ahead and place a sticky piston 1 block away from this observer facing this direction. We're going to go ahead and put a redstone block 1 block away from that sticky piston. And we're going to put a piece of redstone dust right here. So what's going to happen is when you press this button, or when you activate this input source right here, it will go ahead and move the redstone block here, and then you press it, it'll go ahead and move it back. So if you ever have problems where it's not turning on where you want it to, just go ahead and move this redstone block yourself. From this point, we're going to go ahead and place 4 blocks of your choice, all with redstone dust on top of them. And we're going to go ahead and put a block adjacent to that piece of redstone, and a block adjacent to that block with a piece of dust and a redstone repeater set to 3 ticks. That repeater is going to go ahead and run into a block with a piece of redstone dust on top and another block adjacent to it. On the side of this block, we're going to go ahead and put a piston facing this direction and another block on top of this block facing this direction as well. From here, we're also going to go ahead and put a sticky piston on this block facing this direction and another one on top of that facing this direction. With this bottom piston is going to hold a sticky piston facing upwards, and whatever floor block you want to use, in this case we're going to go ahead and use our stub bricks in that, on top of that sticky piston. From here we're going to go ahead and put down 2 blocks in this position right here, with a repeater here set to 1 tick and a repeater here set to 4 ticks. Those repeaters are then going to run into 2 blocks, and on this block right here we're going to go ahead and put another repeater coming out of it set to 1 tick. That repeater is going to run into another block with a redstone torch on the side and a redstone torch on top. On top of that redstone torch, we're going to go ahead and put a block. And on top of this block, facing the staircase, we're going to go ahead and put a regular piston that should extend, another regular piston that also should extend right next to it, and on the side of this redstone torch, another regular piston. Going back to the end of this line here, we're going to go ahead and put some dust coming off of this line, going into a repeater. That repeater is going to be going into 2 blocks, which has 2 pieces of redstone dust on top running into this block right here. And then from this point, you also just want to fill in your floor blocks with these pistons on the right. So all of these pistons, whatever's in front of these pistons, should be what your floor is. Make that very clear. One very last important detail, you're going to want to go ahead and go in here, put a sticky piston facing upwards, and that should complete the build. So once we hit this, you should see it all goes up, and you hit it again, and then it all retracts and you can go down. One more thing I forgot to mention, this green circuit here is your input, so whatever you want to use to activate this staircase, you just go ahead and run a line to this redstone line on top here. You don't need this button here. This is just for purpose of the demonstration, so you can use anything to activate this staircase. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Sorry about the lack of videos lately, I'll try to get back on it. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.